Hello everybody, it's me, Brain Games. Here I'm the owner / creator of Chaos of Creation, and today I'm going to be doing a 500 sub special, one of many actually. So if you guys don't know, I asked you guys on my community post and in my fan Discord server. By the way, if you have not joined the fan Discord server, link will be in the description down below. Go join it. We have lots of things in there. You can ask questions and whatnot. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Yes, in my community post and in my fan Discord server, I asked you guys ask me some questions for a Q&A video, and here we are today. So yeah. I'm going to go ahead and read off the ones in the Discord server first, and then we'll read off the ones on the community tab. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So HDKD55 said, there will be a third season. I'm pretty sure he meant to say, will there be a third season? And if you haven't paid attention, let me give you a quick update. There is not even going to be a Season 2. Season 2 has been canceled due to Infected and Headed Foxes leaving, by the way. Because I don't know who they are. Headed Fox is a voice actor for Dark Steve and body actor for Dark Steve. And Headed was pretty much every character all at once, practically. It was actually insane. They have left the project, which is kind of unfortunate. But now we've got LiefReality and AstralStudios to be the new co-owner. So we're doing something called a Chaos of Creation reboot. Which we're still very hard working. As you guys can see here, we have the reboot server here. So yeah, we're very hard at working right now. So yeah, there will not be a third season of Chaos Creation, unfortunately. If you're meaning a reboot Chaos Creation Season 3, there might be. I don't know if we'll do that. But yeah, there might be a Chaos Creation reboot Season 3, but I don't know. Alright, AstralStudios himself said, he has actually 3 questions here. He says, what YouTubers do you look up to? That's actually a really good question. Let me actually show you guys, because I have this thing on my channel to look, if you go into the main tab or whatever. Let me go and pull this over to my monitor. If you look here, I have all my inspirations down here. That being Saber, obviously, the Balancers, Infinite Rensler, Earthly Crown, which is Razor, JustQG, QwaryNoom, MI, which is Italia_Creations, Creations, Astral, and Matrix. LiefReality and Infected. So yeah, those are my inspirations there. I can't really... Oh, Diamond's also one of them. I should probably add them to this. But yeah, these are pretty much all my inspirations here. I look up to them a bunch. So yeah, go to YouTube. If you guys have not seen any of these, I mean, maybe not any of them, but if there's one here you have not recognized, you should probably go watch their content, because they all have very good content on their channel. So, let's move on to the next question. Alright, Astral's second question is, do you always plan to stick to Steve content? That's actually a very good question. Honestly, I want to stick with, Steve content, but if you're asking, will that be the case? I don't know, honestly. It's kind of hard for me to tell, because Steve content is kind of hard to do because you need like a whole team, and sometimes I can't get a team on recording a certain day or a certain week or whatever. And but if all goes to plan, yes, I do want to stick to Steve content. If it doesn't go to plan, I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. Maybe a different kind of RP, because that's what I love doing. I love making role plays with people. It's just always so fun to do. But yeah, if Steve content doesn't work out in the future, then I don't know what I would do, honestly. You know, it's I might do other role plays, different kind of role plays besides Steve Saga, but I don't know though. But other than that, I don't really know what else I would do, honestly. Maybe a Bed Wars content, I don't know, but yeah. Alright, so Astral's third question is, what made you decide to begin a Steve content? Ooh, so it wasn't really a what, it was more of a who made me get into Steve content. What made me get into Steve content is meeting Infected, and he's the one that got me into Steve content. So basically, I don't know, this was over 2 years ago, and I can barely remember this, but from what I can remember, he was like, hey, do you want to try this thing called Steve Saga roleplay? And we just did that. I actually still have the channel from that very first roleplay we did. I have all the videos privated on it, but this is the actual channel. Yes, legendary name and profile picture, I know. But we still have some community posts that I uploaded a long time ago, but yeah. It was actually insane. I remember we were on the YouTube grind, but we kind of just stopped after that, so... yeah, but yeah, it was more of a who made me get into Steve content more than a what. But yeah, Infected's the one that got me into Steve content, so shout out to him. Alright, so HomieGuy asked, if you ever eventually decide to move on from Steve content, what will you do after that? Okay, so that's a very similar question to Astral's question. And, like I said, I don't really know. Probably the same stuff, not Steve Saga, but roleplay. Like I said, there might be like Bed Wars content, because I've been trying to get into that recently. I mean, I was always kind of good at Bed Wars, but I never really wanted to make videos on it because, you know, it's kind of a pain in the ass to do, honestly. But if I didn't do Steve stuff, it would probably be another form of roleplay if I could decide what I wanted to do with it. But yeah, good question. Very good question. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so Nightshade said, what do you plan to do in the future on your channel into the year 2025? Okay, very good question. Number one on my list for my channel in 2025 is definitely Chaos of Creation Reboot. That's the number one thing on my priority right now, is getting that planned out, ready, and acted, and recorded, and uploaded. That's my biggest priority right now. If you're talking about just me in general as well, my plan is just to focus on YouTube and try and make the best content for all you guys, because that's what I love doing. I love putting content out for you guys, and I'm glad that you guys enjoy the content I put out. I'm happy for all the support you guys give me. So yeah, that's my plans for 2025. I hope you guys enjoy. There might be other series too, like what do you call it? Adventures with Rainbow Steve is currently on hiatus. We don't know if it'll be canceled yet, because the thing is, Infected didn't voice the Blue Steve he played in that, so we could just have anybody play the Blue Steve and continue that series at the same time. But yeah, like I said, biggest plans with Chaos Creation Reboot. All right. Let's move on to the next one. Shift said, how to get aura like you, tutorial, step by step. I think that was more of a joke question than anything I even replied to. But okay, I guess this true question is, what inspires you to push through to the end, never stop, and keep going no matter what it takes? Okay, that is a very, very good question. And it's going to take me some time to really think about that, honestly. What inspires me to push through is seeing other people succeed, I guess. That's what kind of pushes me through, knowing that, hey, if they can do it, that means I can do it. That's what allows me to push you to the very end. It makes me be patient for my actors to get on. Never stop. It's just the fact that, hey, I love Chaos Creation. I've gone so far into this. Don't stop now. That's what makes me never stop. And to keep going no matter what, no matter what it takes, is my legions of fans and team members that help me out and stuff like that. So yeah, very good question, Shift. Thank you. Thank you for asking that. Alright, so NF has a bunch of questions. Let's look at his first one here. What's your opinion, Chaos of Creation episode that you and your team together act, voice act, and play with? Do you mean what's your opinion on Chaos of Creation episode on Chaos of Creation episodes that your team and together act? I don't really get the question here, NF. Or like, is it fun to do? Yeah, it's absolutely fun to do. I love doing it with my team members. I love the voice acting. Just getting to play Minecraft while also making videos at the same time. That's what I like doing. If that's what you're asking, then yeah. Alright, let's see his next question. Which characters do you like in Chaos of Creation, then why specifically? Ooh, characters. Okay, I'm going to list my favorite top 3, I guess. And I'm not going to be too biased. I'm not going to say reverse and right off the bat or whatever. Okay. Oh, I have my number one. Number one is Light Steve. The reason why for Light Steve is because of how much of an asshole he is. I love the sarcasm when it comes to Light Steve. He's just so funny. I love the insults he gives to Dark Steve. It is just so funny to be a part of. Oh god, it's awesome. My second on my list would probably be Void. I like Void. I like the funny moments we had with him. And he's overall just an evil, dark character, unlike the rest. I mean, the other ones were dark and evil, but they had, not as sinister appearance to them. Like, Void's appearance was just so sinister looking, especially at the end of Before the Storm 1 of 3, or 3 of 3, when he's just standing there, slowly trying to get his head at the camera. He was just so menacing, and I like that. And number 3... probably Dark Steve, honestly. I love Dark Steve. I love the way Headed played Dark Steve. It was just so funny to be around. It was awesome. So yeah, that's my top 3. So yeah. Okay, so your next question is, in Steve's Saga, a duo villain, positive, and negative Steves. What do you think on those characters? It's my favorite Steves, actually. I've actually never heard of those. This might come as a surprise, but I didn't really watch Steve's Saga at all. I mean, I've seen a few videos on it, but I never really got to watch Steve's Saga. I mostly got into Rainbow Quest more than anything, and Twisted Rainbow. But I don't know about those characters, honestly, NF. I mean, if they're cool characters, then that's why they're probably your favorite. But I've actually never heard of, what's the name? Villain, positive, and negative Steve. That's actually very interesting. I'll have to look into that. I've never actually seen those characters. Alright, let's move on to our next question, though. That's actually pretty interesting. Alright, this is actually a follow-up question on that question. Will positive and negative Steve exist whichever Steve series content may be in the future? Up to you. Surprise, I asked too much questions. That's fine. That's too much questions. No, too many questions. That's fine. Like I said, I don't really know about positive and negative Steve, honestly. If I get to know what they are and what purpose they served in Steve's Saga, then possibly they might be in the series in the future. But to be honest, I don't really know, honestly. I'll have to look into that. Thank you for telling me, because I have actually never heard of those characters before. Alright, your next question is, what's your opinion on Favor My Saber in your opinion? I honestly really like Saber. I like his content. He's one of my favorite YouTubers. But no, don't sound like death threats to me or whatever. But currently, I still like Saber. I still like his content. I still like the way he does it. But I'm honestly very disappointed in the fact that he said he will not be returning to Steve's content. Sorry if that came as a spoiler, but he did say that in his Q&A video he did. He said he will not be returning to Steve's content, which kind of made me sad, and that's kind of why I started Steve content. Not from Infected. Well, obviously from Infected, but if Infected never knew about Saber, or Saber never started that, then I wouldn't be here today. I really like the first-person POV Steve saga or whatever. I really enjoyed those, but he said he would never return to those, so it's kind of unfortunate, but yeah. I still like Saber, I still like the content, but I've not really caught up on Alex Rising at all. But yeah, that's what I currently think about him. Alright, your next question is, some Steve series teams and other channels either give up or discontinues because they didn't want to and they didn't want to, and many are, why is your team and friends still, I don't understand what you're asking. There's a bunch of, I guess, typos right there, or punctuation. Are asking, why are we still making content? I don't want to, you said, and many are, why is your team and friends still, I don't get what you're asking there, honestly. Well, in the future, if you're planning to move on, continue. I don't know what you're asking me. From what I can kind of gather, asking after the, like, if I'm gonna move on from this, like I said earlier, I'm not going to unless something happens. But yeah, I guess that's what you're asking. I can't tell though. There's a lot of mispunctuations right there. But yeah. All right, your next question is, how did you first meet Oaken Plays, Earthly Crown, Razor, the Spirit Lizard Lord, AstralStudios, LiefReality, LiefTV, HomieGuy, and Chaos Productions? Alright, I'll go in, I guess, chronological order of how I met them and how long ago. First on the list would be Infected. Infected is actually my second longest friend I still know today, besides one other person that introduced me to him. I met Chaos Productions through one of my friends named Shadow, and I still call him Shadow because that's the name I met him with at the time. His name's not Shadow anymore on Discord, but that's what I like calling him still. So, to know how I met Infected, you have to know how I met Shadow. I met Shadow on Hypixel. I met him on the Hypixel Duel lobby. And I was like, hey, you want to be friends? We're like, sure. And then we friended each other on Discord. 2 or 3 days later, he introduced me to Infected, and then the rest is actually history. I guess the next one on my list would probably be LiefTV. I actually don't remember how I met LiefTV. I most likely met Lead through Infected, if I had to take a guess, because I genuinely don't remember how I met Lead. I guess HomieGuy would be next on this. Yeah, HomieGuy. I'm probably met through Infected as well, probably, if I had to take a guess. And then LiefReality, I think, would be next. Yeah, LiefReality. The way in which I met LiefReality was he applied on the Chaos of Creation application one day, and we interviewed him, and the rest is history. That's how I met LiefReality. The way I met AstralStudios is by LiefReality. LiefReality introduced me to Astral, and now he's the co-owner or whatnot. Razor, Earthly Crown, I got introduced by LiefReality and Astral. Oaken, I actually met in this Seems Like a collab server right here. This was a collab we were going to do. It's more of a talk server now where we just talk about our series and whatnot. We have a bunch of Seems Like a YouTubers in here, by the way. We have like a bunch. We have like a lot of people in here, so yeah, it's pretty interesting. And so yeah, that's how I met Oaken, and now me and Oaken are good friends. We work on a series called Pierce Chronicles that's run by Matrix Stories, so yeah. Alright, let's move on to your next question. Okay, next question is, what was the first time you were in the Steve community, and what was your first impression about it? Alright, the way in which I got into the Steve community was via Infected, obviously. He got me to, show me Saber's videos and whatnot. I got into it. My first impressions on it, I thought it was really cool. When I guess I can tell you the exact video Infected showed me. It was Rainbow Quest episode 135, the first episode to include Shadow Saber. I remember like it was yesterday. I was like, holy shit. Like, I was like not gonna get into it at first, but then I came undeafened because he told me to watch it, and I was like, Infected, I might get into Steve Saga, and the rest is history. That's how I got into it. And when I first saw the Steve community and first saw Saber's video, I was like, this shit is awesome. Like, this is like really cool. Now I want to do it for myself, and yeah, that's kind of how I did that. Alright, next question is, what's your favorite Steve? Any type of Steve, can be chromatic, biomes, or ores, or anything. Okay, so my favorite Steve is, that's actually a great question. Okay, I guess I'll say Chaos Steve, because I like Dark and Reverse, and those are just literally the two combined. I love Chaos Steve, honestly. Really cool addition. I like how he's literally just the exact opposite of Ultra. I like that. Because obviously, Dark Steve, Light Steve, Reverse, Rainbow, you know. Really cool character. I love Chaos. He's awesome. I love the name for him, too. Alright, next question is, actually name 3 other YouTubers that inspired you other than Saber, or Favor My Saber. Alright, other YouTubers that inspired me. Alright, number 1 would be the Balancers. I watch the Balancers a lot. They inspire me. Another one I watched, or get inspired from, I guess, was probably Razor. I watch Razor's content a bunch. And another one I could say that I have inspiration from is Infinite Rinsler. That's also a good one. And it's kind of hard to name 3 people because there's a bunch that inspire me, obviously, like I said earlier. But those are like the top 3, in my opinion, other tn Saber himself. So yeah. Alright, next question is, what kind of shaders do you use, and is it good to see the view in Minecraft? What's your opinion on shaders? Alright, I love shaders. Just to say that, I love using shaders. That's why I started using shaders in episode 3, because I didn't like how bland regular Minecraft looks. And I saw a bunch of other people use shaders. Okay, let me try this out. Let me see how it looked. And it was fucking awesome. I love shaders. It adds so much to your series. It adds a lot more realism to it. And the shaders I use, I can actually show you in Minecraft real quick. So I'm actually just on the server right now. If I show you here, the shaders I use is called Makeup Ultra Fast, and I have the shaders thing set to custom. If you want to copy these settings here, that's you can. That's the settings I have for my shaders on Makeup Ultra Fast. And honestly, I really like these shaders. Let me set night, like hold on, slash time set. I guess sunset. Yeah, like it looks really cool, don't you think? I love the shaders on this, honestly. So yeah, that's the kind of shader that I use, and I think it looks pretty cool to see the view of Minecraft if I like do this and like just look at the sun like this. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. In Steve's series, there is a saying about a tradition that you need an animal companion or something. If so, what kind of animal do you want to be in the Steve series? And in the future, you might decide your opinion. Alright, so if you mean just in my series, for Reverse or whatever, an animal companion, what would make sense? I mean, does it really need to make sense, or could it just be something that I choose? Honestly, I don't know. I think this is like an animal companion in like Rainbow Quest or Steve Saga or something like that. Animal companion. Honestly, I might want to go with. It's kind of hard to choose, honestly. Alright, I guess I'd probably go with the sheep. I guess. I can't think of really. There's no reason behind it. I don't know. But I just kind of chose a random animal. But yeah. Alright. Alright, another question from HDKD55. What will happen to Abyss in Season 2, Episode 4? Okay. Like I said earlier, there is no Season 2 continuation. I think I looked on the, let me show you real quick. If we go to the playlist or whatever on our channel, you can see that I put canceled on the Season 2, if I can even find it on here. Yeah, it says canceled right here. That's because we have canceled Chaos Creation due to Infected and Headed leaving. But they did complete before the storm 1 of 3, so I'm happy about that. So thank you guys for doing that for me. But yeah, if you want to know what would happen to Abyss in that episode, well, I can't really tell you. It's spoilers for the reboot. Just know that a fight happens between the two. Obviously, you already knew that, but just know the fight. That's all. I can't say much more past that. Alright, RB says, will Reverse ever have a pet? Okay, this is a very similar question to what NF asked, and probably not, honestly. But in case in the future we do decide to get Reverse a pet, it would probably be a sheep, like I had said. Alright, RB's next question is, why does Reverse hate Rainbow? Alright. So the reason why Reverse hates Rainbow is because Rainbow's part of the light, and Reverse is part of the darkness. And those two aren't exactly friends, if you know. And also, I guess it's because of how rude he's always being to Reverse. You know, Rainbow's always being rude to Reverse, so that's why he hates him a little bit more now. But yeah, okay. Okay, our next question is, what was the name of the Reverse transformation? Okay, you guys never got to hear this name because, well, we canceled Season 2. His name was Havoc. Basically, it was when Reverse unlocked his true form. That's the name of the, Reverse variant. His name was, or transformation, I guess I should say. His name was Havoc. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool name. And I'm not going to spoil you too much, but he may or may not be in some reboot. So just keep your eyes out for that. Alright, your next question is, when do you plan to start Steve Unity? Okay, so for people that don't know, Steve Unity was an idea that I had where we get a bunch of Steve Thugger YouTubers and get them into a recording and just do stuff. I mean, we didn't have a plan, really. Basically, we were going to play as ourselves, a fictional version of ourselves, and then on like an SMP, we're like taking a break from roleplay. We're actually like, we're playing ourselves, and we're just trying to have fun, make actual videos, besides Steve Thugger for once. And then we actually start running into real Steves, like real Steves, not roleplay. We think we're getting trolled, but we're not, and we're actually stuck in this universe full of actual Steves. So, yeah, that was the plan for Steve Unity. And honestly, I don't know when or if we'll ever start Steve Unity. I feel like I kind of jumped the gun by making the channel in that one YouTube short I did. It's just that I've been so incredibly caught up with the Chaos Creation reboot. But who knows? We still have the Discord server for it right here, so we might still be able to do something for it. But yeah, that's a good question. Alright, your next question is, do you ever plan to branch out from Steve content? And if so, what series would you start next? Or do next? I think this question has been asked like 2 times already. And like I said, I don't really know. Probably other forms of roleplay, and I don't know what type of roleplay would be either. Like, I don't know what it could possibly be. Because I like Steve content roleplay, but maybe like a Five Nights at Freddy's roleplay. Those got very popular back in the day, but I don't know if they're still popular today or not. But yeah, maybe Five Nights at Freddy's, but I'm not too sure though. But yeah, if I ever branched out, it would still be in the roleplay genre. If not, the slim chance it wasn't, it would probably be like Bed Wars or Hypits or something like that. So yeah. Alright, your last question is, do you have any other Steve series ideas you would like to do? Alright, so, one of the ideas was obviously Adventures with Rainbow Steve. That was actually a series me and in fact they did over a year ago at this point, and we were planning on rebooting it, but because he left the team or whatever, he's not going to do that anymore. That was a series that I wanted to do, and it might still happen. It's on hiatus, not canceled yet, so we'll see how that goes. Another series that happened a long time ago that we're planning on trying to reboot is a series called A Realm of Color, and I'm probably going to be starting that with Josh if we ever get the time to. So both of them revolve around Rainbow Steve, which is pretty interesting. So yeah. Besides that, I don't really know what other kind of series I would want to do besides Steve Thugger and old rebooted series or not. Alright, so that was all the questions on the Discord server. Let's move over to the comments on the community post. Alright everyone, this is the community post I made, by the way. I made it one day ago. I said, hey everyone, I'm going to be doing a Q&A video for 300 subs, so if you want, you can drop a comment down below asking any general questions and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And let me see, there was 5 comments. Let's see what y'all asked me. Arby says, tell the full story of, I guess I meant to say original Chaos Creation. So I actually inquired with Arby about this question in DMs because I didn't know what he meant. And this is what he meant. So what he meant by that is, what was the original plan for the ending of Chaos Creation? What was the storyline like? And to be fair, there was no storyline. We kind of just hit record and did it as we go. Chaos of Creation Season 1 was entirely improv. We literally just did things as we go. Like, we would get into a call, trying to start recording, and have barely any idea what we were planning on doing that episode. I mean, we had a general idea, but we didn't know what was going to go on. We basically did everything improv for that. So, yeah. There was no original story for Chaos Creation. It was kind of just as we went, So, yeah. Okay, so Emily Harrison asks, are you going to make a new Steve series like Chaos of Creation? Okay, so I guess when you mean like Chaos of Creation, like a very similar storyline, and no, not at the current moment. I do not have any plans to do another series like Chaos of Creation, but like I said earlier, I'm probably going to be doing, or I'm planning on doing, a Realm of Color and a, Adventure with Rainbow Steve or not, but nothing similar to Chaos Creation at the current moment, no. Okay, so Rose Blood Knight says, will you wear the pretty princess outfit if you reach 1K subs? So, for people that aren't educated on this, basically, this is Twisted Blood, by the way, they tune into my streams a bunch. They're saying to put on a pretty princess outfit on my skin if I hit a certain milestone, and, you know what? You know what, guys? Yes, if you guys give me to 1K subs, I will wear the pretty princess outfit. But not permanently, for God's sake. I might wear it for like a couple months because I hit 1,000. But if I hit 1,000, I would be like in the top, like 10% of all Steve Thugger YouTubers. So yeah, that is the deal. I'll make that deal. If I get to 1,000 subs, but we gotta set a time frame or whatever. I don't have to, I guess. But yeah, if I hit 1K subs, I will do that, yes. Okay, so Lucas Fletcher says, what is your plans for the future for you and your channel? Okay, my plans for the future, for me, is to, like I said earlier, focus on YouTube, spend time with family, friends, and just have good times recording with friends, and all that good stuff for other people's series, not just my series. I love recording for other people's series as well, because it's always just so fun hanging around with them. And for my channel, I'm probably going to focus, like I said, a bunch on Chaos of Creation Reboot. That's my #1 priority right now. I was just getting at least episode 1 out of Chaos of Creation, but we're still in the planning process, so just bear with me, guys. We're working very hard. Me, Astral, and Leaf are all working very hard, so yeah, just bear with us. Alright, last question of the entire video is, what motivated you to start this channel? Okay, so this is actually not the same question from earlier. What motivated you to start doing Steve content? They said this channel. So, what motivated me to start this channel was just, it kind of happened randomly. I think effectively like, hey, do you want to start a series like, we used to do or whatever? And we're like, sure. We only had, funnily enough, guys, we only had 4 characters planned out when we very, very, very first made Chaos of Creation. We only had 4 characters planned out, that being Rainbow, Dark, Light, and Nightmare. That's the only characters we ever had planned out for this series. And as we all know, that kind of changed a bunch since then. So yeah, like I said, Infected is the one that kind of got me into doing this, and then he's the one that asked to do this channel. So yeah. Alright everyone, that's probably going to be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, that way you guys are always notified when I upload new videos to this channel. Thanks to everyone that left a comment in the live streams, in the community posts, and in the Discord server. I appreciate that so much. You guys had very good questions this time. I'm actually curious to see what more you guys want for a 300 sub special. I might do one more video and live stream. So yeah. Like I said, hit subscribe. Subscribe to all my team members that got me to where I am today. And special thanks to all of you guys for getting me to 300 subs. That is absolutely insane. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everybody.